Hi there, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be utilising quite a lot of stuff. In fact, it's more like a fridge clear out day, okay? So what I've got, I've chopped, boiled and boiled the leftover butternut squash, okay? All of that, there's quite a lot there. Probably won't use all of that. I'm going to utilise the squash seeds. Also I've got some nice almost like caramelized red onion there left over from the beef and red wine jus for the chicken thigh ballotine, wasn't it? A little bit of leftover red onion, bit of lime there, some red cabbage left over from a few meals back, and also, if you remember, I've got a lot of leftover cauliflower stalks, okay, from a few videos ago. I'm going to save the skin from that squash, okay, and probably, well, the actual little mini fries, the squash fries, were really nice. So I won't do the same thing with them, but I'll be able to utilise them for something else, yeah, to think about that. I've got one leek there, got a couple of garlic cloves, various spices, okay, some spring onion. I'm also going to utilise the leftover squash puree, and also that beetroot puree is still going strong, yeah, that's like I think the third or fourth meal I've used that in, so that's good. So what I've got here, I'm going to strain these out now, that's fine. So I've got some leftover white the Savoy cabbage, okay, from the cabbage parcels, can you believe? That was quite a few videos ago, but it still keeps quite well, you know, in the fridge. So I'm just going to utilise that, the leftover Savoy cabbage. I've just blanched that in some hot water, okay, and I've just boiled in another pot there just to save a bit of time, okay, so I can get more than one thing on the go at the same time, yeah, so not overload the pots. Obviously that'll slow down the boiling process, yeah. So that's boiling up nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on chopping this cauliflower stalks, just like want them quite fine. Obviously the stalks are quite hard, yeah. When you're using a knife, always like tilt it in towards you, yeah. You don't want to like cut yourself, yeah? And don't lift the knife up, way up high, okay? And just kind of do that, yeah, when you're chopping. So cut down and then like that. And also you can put your finger on top as well, just for a bit of guidance, yeah? And that's what I do. That's fine. So in goes all of this cauliflower stalks. And I don't know if you guessed, but what I'm going to be doing is going to be making a soup. I haven't made a soup yet, can you believe? Well, I made a stew, but it's not the same as a soup, yeah? That was a chunky veg and chicken stew. So this is just like a nice way of utilising all your little scraps, yeah, in the fridge, especially all like the bits that aren't that refined, yeah, like cauliflower, stringy cauliflower stalks. I mean, look at that, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really use like the really hard, like core bits. I'll probably use just the little bits, these little bits here, just the greener bits, yeah? Throw them in. But I won't use the really hard core bits. They're probably not very nice, okay? But that's about it. That's all I'm wasting, yeah? Out of a whole cauliflower, yeah? So that's totally fine. So whilst these are like boiling up, just put the lid back on that, soften that. I'm going to get this red cabbage partly boiled, yeah, part boiled out. And I think the red cabbage will kind of like really complement the beetroot as well, yeah, in colour, yeah, and also maybe taste, you know. It's got the sweetness from the beetroot and then obviously the rawness from the cabbage, yeah. But when cooked down, the cabbage can be quite sweet, yeah, but normally you add like honey and stuff like that to it to complement it, but I'm not going to be doing that today. So yeah, I'm just having to think how to actually add some flavour into this soup, without obviously you know, obviously you've got a lot of flavour from all the various vegetables, but what sort of spices? This is what's been playing on my mind. And I just thought, you know, keep it simple. I don't want it too spiced. I've used a lot of spices so far, so I'll probably just put in a little bit of like oregano. It's got lime and then some onion and stuff. Then you've got obviously flavours coming from the puree, the beetroot as well there. And then I just think just a bit of paprika will be fine, and some nutmeg as well. Yeah, and that's it. And with these squash seeds, what I was going to do is basically fry them up, yeah, in a tiny bit of oil with some ground nutmeg, a tiny bit of, I've got this tiny bit of almond butter, natural almond butter, okay? So that might taste nice. Reduce that down a little bit, and we've made some dried chives, yeah? And I'm just going to use that as a garnish for the soup, okay? And I'll probably add some crème fraîche, maybe a tiny bit of cream into the soup, yeah, depending on how it looks or what the consistency's like, yeah? So let's see how we go with that. Just chopping up these leeks now. So what I'm going to do is going to fry off these leeks. Got some rapeseed oil here. In fact, what I'll do, these squash seeds, what I might do is just like dress them in a little bit of oil. Dress them in a little bit of oil, yeah, because I don't want them burning when I fry them, okay? And it will let, you know, help like coat the shells, soften them up a little bit, yeah? And then just utilise the rest of that oil, yeah? That's fine. Tiny bit more rapeseed oil. I'm going to start using, always cooking with a little pot and a little brush, okay? I just think it's a bit healthier doing it that way. Then I can just gauge a little bit more how much oil I'm putting in the pan. Okay? So this is up full blast on the wok burner just to save a bit of time, okay guys? It's a very brown, sort of like, not very good tip of the leek there. It's alright, it's only a tiny bit. That's fine. So what else have I got to do? Okay, so spring onions. I'm just throwing everything in really that I've got. Within reason, yeah? Just don't think about the flavours, what they're going to go together. Yeah? I'm not just throwing everything in, but I've selected everything that kind of like was on its way out of the, you know, sell by date. So to utilise everything that I can sooner rather than later, okay? But I've still got plenty to utilise. Okay, I haven't thrown in everything. Okay, in goes the spring onion a bit. I'm just going to get a bit of colour on these, okay? Just a little bit of colour, okay? I'm probably, again, I probably won't use the whole of this leek, but I can utilise this spring onion and leek mix for another meal, okay? Just see how it goes. I probably need, I mean, that is enough for 2 big bowls of soup, yeah? So I'll see how it goes. Like, I'm just going to fill that up. I might need to do a couple of batches, okay? So, let's check this, check the cauliflower stalks. They won't need long really in here, I'm just blanching them, that's fine. The cabbage is fine, I'm sure. So I'm just going to let, that's it, I'm not boiling all the goodness out of there, yeah? I'm just going to just sort of like quickly blanching them there. And that's all I'm doing. I don't want them to lose too much colour. Look, I mean the Savoy cabbage was very pale, yeah? And that's how you know that when it's lost its greenness, it's where it's past its best, yeah? It's very steamy in here. Okay, so that's all the cabbages. I'll get another separate bowl. Get a separate bowl for the red cabbage, I think. Okay. The reason being is because I want to utilise that, probably a bit of that for another day as well, yeah? So I want to mix up all the flavour, otherwise I'm going to have to pick bits out depending on what I'm cooking, yeah? I might not want to mix cauliflower stalks, Savoy cabbage and red cabbage in the next meal. you know. But I've got some lovely purple stock here from parboiling this red cabbage. So that can be used as liquid in the NutriBullet for the soup as well. It gets a bit thick, yeah. I'm not going to waste that, and that can be used as a nice vegetable stock, okay. So this is a great way of doing this. Create your own veg stock, and that's a green one. I've got green and purple stalks there. Yeah? Just going to put a lid on that to stop getting steamed out. Okay, so that's fine. This leek's fine now. Lovely, I've got a nice bit of colour on that now. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just quickly pile in this. Yeah? I'll start with the puree. That's the butternut squash puree in there. Let's see how we go. Okay. In goes the beetroot puree. Yeah, just going to take that off the gas because it's obviously still cooking. Okay, so this is cooled down a bit now. Got obviously a little bit of leftover potato there as well. That's always nice in soups. And look, there's that bit of fennel that I was grating. Yeah, the fennel stalk as well. Put that in. It's like a proper random mix. So this is just going to be the first batch, I think. Put some of this cabbage and stuff in there. Bit of red cabbage. And what I'll do is I'll blend that up, then put some leeks in it, okay? Let's see how we go with this first. It's all going to end up in the same pot eventually. I'm going to add it to a pot and then cook it down nicely again, yeah? Like warm it up. Merge all the flavours a bit more. Okay, needs a bit of liquid in there. So what I'll do is I'll use some of this red cabbage stock. Like lovely purple water. Yeah, might as well just use that. Nice. That's it. Just a bit of that. Okay. So that's the first phase. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer this green stock into the purple one. Yeah, that's just going to be like a veg stock. Yeah, a mix and match stock. Yeah, and then just give that a little rinse out. Yeah, I'm just going to pour in this soup mix, okay, that's the first. It's very red from the beetroot, yeah? But don't worry, the next one won't be because it's not going to have that much beetroot. Yeah, it will still be a bit red, but not that much. Okay, so that's phase two. I'm going to hold back some of this squash, okay, because I'll utilise this squash for another day. Again, butternut squashes go a long way, guys. Yeah. Okay, some red cabbage, again, probably utilise some of this, won't need it all. And this cabbage as well, get some of that Savoy cabbage in there. Yeah. So let's go for round two. Yeah. around two on this. Get a little bit of water in there, a bit of stock. Alright, a bit of stock. Okay, purple's the dominant flavour in this soup, but that's fine. It's going to be a nice purpley soup, by the looks of it. Again, I'm just making this up, guys, but it will taste nice. That's it. It's a bit of a darker purple rather than pinky colour, this one. So I'm just going to spoon that in. Spoon that in. And then, how much we got? Yeah, I'll probably just go for another phase, yeah, some more carrot, yeah. In fact, I'll put all of this in, yeah. I won't utilise this for another day because these have been lurking around in my fridge for a while, yeah. Okay, so that's fine, I'm going to utilise that and that. Okay, so this is just a bit more stock in there, because obviously it was sticking the last time, wasn't it? And when you cook it down on the hob, all that liquid will thicken up into a nice soup anyway. Okay. That's it. That's more like a khaki green colour now. Okay, nice. Okay, that's the final one. Then goes that, yeah? So 3 big tubs in there. And you can always freeze this soup, yeah? So it's great. Okay, that's fine. Then it'll stir around. Stir that around. I had to edit the video, my camera ran out of battery, so luckily didn't miss much, okay? So all I was doing is stirring this and then the pot of lovely soup, and I put in a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of dried chives, a pinch of ground nutmeg, a pinch of white pepper, a little teaspoon of ground coriander. That's all I put into the soup there, and then I was started to fry these squash pips, okay, seeds, with the caramelized, as you can see, the caramelized onions left over. And what I did is I added a little teaspoon of natural almond butter. I didn't put parsley in there. I put, in fact, actually, I put the chives in there. I put a teaspoon of chives in with the little garnish, okay? Cracked some pepper on there, and a squeeze of lime as well. That was the leftover lime that I squeezed in, so not a lot. So I'm just going to reheat this a little bit, yeah, just to show you, because all I'm going to do now is put in the last bit I had to do. Well, actually this was an afterthought, what I thought, because that doesn't actually look too appetising, really, but it does taste lovely. I tasted it. It's got a nice crunch to it, zingy, and it would be like a nice little garnish for the soup, okay? But what I'm thinking, to make it look a little bit prettier, just to put a little bit of crème fraîche in there, yeah? Make it into a little bit of a sort of like saucy dollop on top of the soup, yeah? And that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to merge this up, yeah, and that would make it just look a bit nicer on the soup, and also help it to dissolve, so almost like sinking and then I'll just swirl a little bit like single cream on it, and that's it. Okay, and that's all I wanted to show you. Yeah, and that's like a nice little sort of like topping for the soup. Yeah, looks a bit nicer than brown. Yeah, it's a bit more creamier. So it's like creamed mushrooms. But that's it. That's all there is to it, and I'll show you a picture once it's all bowled up. Okay.